I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. Well, if you lose your job, what emotional and professional support should you expect from a financial planner? Ideally, the planner's first response would be, tell me more about what you're experiencing and how I can best support you in this moment. Since every client situation is different, there's just no way for an advisor to absolutely know what you might be feeling, what you might need, or what you might want. If they say, well, you must be feeling scared, for example, you might take their assumption as reality instead of sharing what you really do feel, which might be anger, sadness, relief, or something else. You might be too overwhelmed to even know what you feel or how to talk about it. Even then, the advisor's role is to listen without giving advice, interrupting, minimizing your feelings, assuring you that things will be okay, or talking about someone else's job loss experience. The advisor really needs to be with you for as long that is needed, waiting for the appropriate time to ask what information you need or if you would like some feedback and additional information. If the planner launches into a detailed bunch of data and logic before you're ready to take it in, ask them to wait or slow down so they won't have to repeat themselves later, rather than being nice and just letting it go over your head. At the same time, it's important for your planner not to withhold or ignore vital information because it might not be good news for you. It's kind of like a doctor not telling a patient that they have cancer because it might upset them. It's important for the planner to be sensitive in communicating, but as your advocate, the planner has a fiduciary duty to let you know the facts around your job loss situation in a prompt and appropriate manner. You want your advisor to have reviewed your financial plan and the strengths and weaknesses related to the job loss. While you don't necessarily need a lot of details immediately, you do need a truthful answer to am I okay? The next steps and amount of detail you need will depend upon the reality of your financial situation and emotional state. When you are in a place to hear it, you do need to have the data. Suppose, for example, you are panicked and thinking you need to slash expenses, sell your home, and move in with your relatives. But you are just too overwhelmed to remember that you fully funded a 12-month emergency reserve. You might not be able to take in the details, but you need the planner to summarize the information and remind you that you have plenty of cushion. On the other hand, you might be joyful and excited about losing your job because you've always wanted to start your own business. Yet the planner knows you have no emergency reserve and no cushion. You may actually need to slash expenses, sell the house, and move in with your relatives. Something you likely won't want to hear. You may need some time to absorb the reality before the planner jumps in to help you consider formulating a plan. You may also need to hear that the planner can help you take whatever action you suggest, even if they consider it unnecessary or unwise, arguing with you or challenging you on any immediate panicky ideas that you come up with is not really helpful. A calm and supportive response from the planner is more likely to help you be more open to hearing about other options that might be more in your best interest. Finally, if the conversation seems to become more about the planner's feelings than yours, kind of script your courage and say so. You need and deserve the planner to be aware of and in control of their emotions so that they can be fully present to listen and respond to you in a helpful way. Thanks for listening.